From LA Late News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings, LA Late.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA as major job numbers release. A week of major job numbers. We'll be looking at where those numbers came in. They showed a ebb and pull for job creation and job demand, which is what Jay Powell is looking at. And what is the reaction? Much of what you expect. Wall Street's basically trying to tell you once again that the job market is weak. The Federal Reserve is going to stop raising rates. Well, that's nonsense. And who said it's nonsense? Not just me, one of the Fed governors. He came right out today like a quarterback tackle, and he tackled Wall Street and said, no, we're not stopping raising rates even if the labor numbers are weak. And that's great news because we're going to go over the latest details across the board. The impact on it felt today when Wednesday jobs creations grew a little bit higher than expected, but tomorrow will be the big numbers, the job numbers, the monthly job numbers, the job payroll numbers. We'll have guidance on what those numbers are going to look like. Then we go over a major story breaking left and right, and it is a potential move to call OPEC Plus a cartel. Yes, this is a story that even I almost jumped out of my seat when I saw it. OPEC Plus cut production of gasoline as expected in its first report on this channel, but the announcement of it caused a pandemonium of domino effects, with many people saying that Congress is going to go ahead and do anti-Sherman antitrust action against OPEC Plus, call them a cartel. I'll have the latest details on this shocker on this morning's broadcast. Meantime, we're just days away from the raise of your benefits. And how much do you think your benefits are going to go up? Jump on the live chat right now and write what you believe that CPI-W for the month of September will be, because that is lifetime stimulus. In this recording, we have massive stimulus checks. We have those FSC, federal stimulus checks. Stay the big second half as I go over them. ISC, inflation relief stimulus checks. And then LSC, a lifetime stimulus checks. We got everything we need today, except more gasoline, as it was cut by 2 million barrels yesterday. All the breaking news on all that. The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm excited you're here. It's a beautiful morning, and it's Mornings LALATE. And good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day from the shores of Santa Monica, California. It's a major week with a lot of job data coming in on Tuesday, coming in on Wednesday, coming in on Thursday, and coming in on Friday. All the latest details on that in today's recording, plus earnings recession, brand new details on companies struggling a little bit left and right. We'll be going over that massive stimulus for you. Massive stimulus, and that is absolutely desired and needed. That massive stimulus is a lifetime stimulus. Massive checks abounds. That's FSC, ISC, and more. We'll go over everything you need to know about these incredible checks in this recording. Plus, we'll go over the raise of your benefits at issue, just days away. Very, very exciting times. It's October 13th when we see that number. I'll have all the latest details on that as well in today's recording. Boy, what a big broadcast this is. I'm excited you're here, and let's get to the breaking news, all starting right now on a big, bold, beautiful Mornings LA. How are you? I hope you're having a beautiful day across the board. You know, it is a very dramatic week with so much data coming in on jobs, and the data keeps on coming in left and right. Unemployment today, well, let's jump into that graphic. Actually, that's a perfect graphic to show up right now. Unemployment today is really the number one story, and it's going to be the same story tomorrow. What do we have? So ADP payroll data released on Wednesday showed that private companies added 8,000 more jobs than expected. That was for the month of September. Tomorrow, we see the non-farm payroll numbers released for the month of September. This is an important number. That number is released once a month, and it's one of the most important numbers for labor there is. It's coming out on Friday. And historically with that number, if it's worse than expected, people say the Federal Reserve is going to stop. If it's higher than expected, people say the Federal Reserve is going to pick it up. It's a number that I've always featured on this channel as a number that people try to really manipulate the narrative for themselves. Of course, it's Thursday, and the initial job creation, the initial filings for unemployment numbers came out. And what was it? Higher. So jobless benefits claims came in this morning, and it went back up to 213,000. Wow, there we go. So it was at 180, went all the way up to 230, 260 in the summer. Then it went back down to about 180. And then it's now back at June levels. Where do you believe the jobs claims number is going to go? Up or down? Jump in the live chat right now. Jobs up or jobs down? I believe it's going to go up. And this is up 29,000 new jobless claims compared to the week before. It's a very big week because tomorrow when we see that employment number, people are expecting the U.S. economy to add 250,000 jobs in the month of September, which is down from where it was before. But some analysts saying this is a little too hot for the Federal Reserve. Well, hot schmott, because the Fed governor out of Georgia today said, you know what? I know what you're trying to do. He basically said that. He says, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to say that labor is getting weak, more people become unemployed. The Federal Reserve is going to stop raising rates. We are not. I love it. It's like a quarterback tackling the offense right there. He said, do not run that narrative because we are not stopping rate hikes at the Federal Reserve, even if the labor numbers come in weak this week. That's a tongue twister there. On Tuesday, the number of job openings fell 1.1 million, which means that less jobs created and less people quitting their jobs. And here's a major question for you right now. Jump in the live chat. In July, there were 2.0 jobs available per person. So if you wanted a job, there was 2 jobs available for every unemployed person in the American economy. In August, it dropped to 1.7. So where do you believe the number is right now in the month of September? Jobs per person, 2 in July, 1.7 in August. I believe it's 1.5. I think it's fallen. I think it's fallen a lot. Now, among the other data that came in this week, of course, is Paycheck and Markets report that said small employers that have less than 50 employees are hiring less, and that full-time workers have fallen by 380,000 compared to the period before. Wow, there you go. Let's jump over to some earnings recession. Earnings recessions are very important for us because it gives us guidance on how weak or strong the economy is going based upon what the companies are doing. And those earnings numbers today are interesting. One of the companies struggling yet again is Peloton. Peloton back with more bad news. Now cutting 12%, now cutting 500 more jobs, or about 12% of its remaining workforce, because it's been cutting jobs all year long. The stock is down 4.1% pre-market trading. McCormick Spices, not so spicy. Not so spicy today. The stock is down 1% in pre-market trading when it missed on estimates. Meantime, Compass, the real estate company, may be bought out. Fascinating story on there. The stock is up nicely on the news. Now, of all this, this is why you really want to get a forced stimulus check that is in every U.S. state. There's now 3 categories, massive categories of incredible stimulus, and let's go over them right now. The first one, FSC, the second one, ISC, and the second one, LSC. Federal stimulus checks, FSC, are from the federal government, from the Congress, from the President of the United States. The federal government pays for it, sends it out. ISC are inflation-related stimulus checks from the states. And the third one is lifetime stimulus checks. You want to get this money because the economy is getting weaker very quickly across the board. Stay to the second half. Promise me this. You're going to stay to the big second half of this recording as I go over each of these incredible checks one at a time. But first, let's go over an overview of the first category right now. That first category is FSC, federal stimulus checks. They started by the first 3 checks passed by the President of the United States in the month of March. And I call them checks A, B, and C. Again, this is from the federal government, from Congress, from Washington, D.C., from the President. The first 3 from the President himself, A, B, and C, $100,000. A, B, and C. How do you get these incredible checks? You become a member. Go right in this video and get those incredible checks. We'll go over how to get those checks in just a second. But along came Congress, and they passed a bill. And they passed 7 more categories of FSCs, E through K. That brought us to now to hundreds of FSCs. We weren't done there yet. I found you more FSCs, and they're in the LA newsletter. They are FSC L and M, N and O, P and Q. And that is absolutely incredible. Those incredible FSCs are just wonderful, with viewers walking away with about $300,000. How do you get this? Step 1, you go on this video, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP, and you stay the big second half as I go over each of these incredible checks one at a time. ISC are inflation relief stimulus checks, and these are from the states, and they're great. And I'm going to go over those inflation relief stimulus checks for you in the big second half. Most states have not even really announced them very loudly, and they're in your state, and yet you don't know they're there. There you go. That's why I'm here for. Then we're going to go over lifetime stimulus checks. We'll really heat up on October 13th. Here's a question for you going into the big second half. What do you believe that CPI-W for the month of September will be when it's announced on October 13th? Remember, July was 8.7, August was 8.9. Jump to the live chat and write the CPI-W, comma, the number, comma, your state, and I'll go over that in the big second half. And here's another question for you. What do you believe the COLA raise will be when it's also announced on October 13th? Write that number in the live chat, comma, your state, and I'll go over that answer in the big second half as well. Now, among the stories that happened this week, there have been a lot of them, but I don't think I saw a story that caused me to pause and say, did I read that right? And say, excuse me? Like this one. It's a major shocker of a story, and it's going to be fascinating how it plays out. The lead up to the story you already know, because we've been reporting this on this channel for 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, I told you that OPEC Plus is going to cut the production of gasoline. Who is OPEC Plus? It's a consortium of countries that produce gasoline, like Saudi Arabia. They produce gasoline, and they meet monthly to determine how much gasoline they're going to produce. What does that mean? Pump out of the ground. If you produce more gasoline, there's more of it, and hence the price goes down. If you pump less gasoline, there's less gasoline, and hence the price goes up. So, over the last 2 weeks, I told you they're going to reduce the pumping, reduce the production, cut the production. And I said it was going to be 1 million barrels a day. The president asked for more. Putin asked for less. And what happened? They cut yesterday. Not 1 million barrels a day, 2 million barrels a day. Ouch. And so it looks very politically inspired. Remember, the President of the United States went to Saudi Arabia in the month of August, asked for more gasoline to be produced, and they only gave him 100,000 more. Not particularly very nice there. And Putin said, cut as much oil as you can, hurt the West. They cut it by 2 million barrels. Okay, so that story you already basically knew, because we've been covering on this channel for a while. Until this. Sit back for this one. Put down that hot cup of coffee, because you may just choke on it. It's shocking. The comments come from an analyst at RBC Capital Markets. A clear risk, in our view, is the U.S. introduction of product export restrictions in a rising retail gasoline price environment. What does that mean? That means policy in the United States to go after gasoline overseas. The quote goes on. Congressional action on NOPEC legislation also looks like a credible outcome in light of the National Security Council statement about working with Congress to reduce OPEC's overall influence on oil market. White House opposition to NOPEC has served a restraining influence on congressional leaders. What does that mean? The White House was against Congress doing anything about this, but may no longer be against it based upon what OPEC Plus did yesterday. Here comes the fascinating part of the quote that's going to make you be shocked. Today's dog whistle, the cutting of 2 million barrels a day, may be interpreted as a sign that the president, Joe Biden, will not necessarily stand in the way, block, a floor vote in the Congress on a bill that would declare OPEC a cartel. A cartel? Yes, a cartel. And the subject and subject the members of OPEC Plus to Sherman antitrust legislation. Whoa. Now, this is something no one, certainly on this channel, saw coming. And that's why I paused when I saw it. And that's why you're probably being shocked when you're hearing it right now. The Congress apparently was so upset that OPEC Plus is manipulating gasoline prices, which obviously they are. I mean, we all know that, that they had considered going after OPEC Plus about this before. And the president said, no, 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 we don't want to upset potential allies. Don't do it. And now the analyst, this is an analyst, this is not the president, the analyst says this may signal that the White House may actually say, Congress, go do it. Now, he can't block Congress from doing anything. He's just the head of the Democratic Party. But this apparently bipartisan legislation, Republicans and Democrats alone together, saying, you know what, you cannot have OPEC Plus manipulate prices like this. Declare OPEC Plus a cartel and go after them under Sherman antitrust legislation. Very, very bizarre and very, very complicated because they're there, we're here, and they're talking about U.S. laws here versus someone doing something overseas. But boy, folks, the reaction coming in quickly from Vienna. Saudi Arabia's energy prime minister, Prince bin Salam, will continue to prove that OPEC Plus is here to stay. Well, that's not a very nice response to the situation. OPEC Plus's Secretary General, Al Gahan, says security and stability to energy markets is important. That's not true. He's cutting prices to manipulate prices. We all know that. There's no security issue here for gasoline to be cut for production. That's just simply not true. And this is why you have to get a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Here's what you need to know is that as gasoline is cut, gasoline prices go up, and it's been going up. That gasoline going up means inflation's going up. And if you remember this channel, you see in the membership newsletter how the price of Brent crude, the price of AAA national average, and you see at the pump going up. What is, jump in the live chat right now, I want to see your answer. What is the price of gasoline where you live right now? Write gasoline price, comma, your state. It was high fours, low $5 just about 2 weeks ago here in Los Angeles. Now it's heading back to $7. That's all because of all these problems left and right. And this is obviously why you need to get that FSC, why you need to get those incredible FSCs. And with that, let's go right over to the first three of those FSCs right now without a delay, because if we're getting into an energy battle with OPEC Plus, boy, folks, you really need to get that stimulus right away. This is a big warning signal today. The first three checks are A, B, and C. Let's look at them right now. Huge. Check A, $6,500 to $12,000, a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. An FSC from the federal government. The federal government sends it out, writes the check, puts the stamp on the envelope. You apply with them. Your state has nothing to do with this check. And this is a check that Spelling got. FSC, check A. How do you get it? You go under the video, join the channel, become a member. Purple Hawk member, Purple Hawk Power, or Calcino VIP. Welcome the nearly 100 new members joining every 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because times are getting rough. Times are changing. Times are getting difficult. You want to get this money now when it's available. You don't want to wait around at all. You go down to the membership newsletter, you see check A, and you click the link and go right in apply. In the membership newsletter, I actually have the link to go right in to apply for check A. It's that straightforward. We're not done there yet. You're going to go get check B. Check B is in the membership newsletter. You become a member, you get the newsletter, you go down to check B, you click the link, and you go right in and apply online for check B. You can only apply for check A online, only for check B online. And for check B, success stories keep on coming in. We have Frank Mancuso, who joined this channel, and in less than 1 month, he got 18 months of mortgage, 18 months of utilities, 18 months of high-speed internet. For just a few dollars as a member, he got thousands, nearly tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, it's happening all the time. We have one viewer out of Florida who got 80 to 100 checks of check B. 80 to 100 checks of check B, that's over $80 to $100,000. For just paying a few dollars of a membership, that's what she got. That is an incredible success story. And that's why you want to become a member. You don't want to mess around with this. Get it right today. You're not done then yet. You're going to go get check C. Now, check C is in the membership newsletter. You go down to check C, it tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. What is check C? It is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And I've been getting people check C on this channel for a long time. Here are some success stories for check C. If you want $30,000 of rent, go get check C. If you want these type of numbers for utilities, go get check C. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. Lynn Glenn, longtime viewer of this channel, got 12 months of utilities. Another viewer, 12 months of utilities. That's just in the last 2 weeks. 2 viewers got 14 months of rent. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000 of utilities. Then that same brother-in-law got $250,000 over 10 years from SNAP is getting because of this channel. Combinations of checks. You get lots of different checks from this channel. Niece, who's at $23,000, she went to $50,000. Mark, he's at $32,000. He went from $32,000 to $50,000, from $50,000 to $100,000, and then from $100,000 to $166,000 because he got check B. Here's Lorraine. She was at $105,000, and then she went to $155,000. And that is what you do. You get these incredible checks, and those are checks A, B, and C. Those are the first 3 checks of the FSCs. In the big second half, you promise you can watch the big second half. We go over the remainder of these FSCs and why viewers are walking away with $200,000 to $300,000. You've already seen some of them, or you'll see more of them in the big second half from these FSCs. Then in the big second half, we also go over ISC, inflation relief stimulus checks. Huge, great news, and it's automatic. And then we go over to LSC, lifetime stimulus checks. If you haven't, jump on the live chat right now and write, would you believe that CPI-W will be in the month of September when it's released on October 13th? I'll go over your answers in the big second half as well. But there's a lot of other developing details hitting left and right this week, and that's why you need to stay on this channel. Tomorrow's jobs number is very important. In that jobs number, we have the unemployment rate, and that unemployment rate is important. Weaker, certainly it'll be weaker. So weak that the Federal Reserve is going to stop raising rates. You know there's going to be an analyst who's going to say that. She's going to be wrong. Then you're also going to see the job creation number. And people who want to say it's too many are going to say the Federal Reserve is going to be more aggressive. If they say there's not enough jobs created, they're going to say the Federal Reserve is going to be less aggressive. It's the most manipulated number there is. And I'll feature that tonight on afternoons and, of course, on evenings. But in the big second half, we're going to go over all these incredible checks. You deserve it. We're going to go over all these incredible checks, how you get them, what's at issue. And also, we will get ready for that October 13th excitement. I'll see you back in 60 seconds as Mornings LA continues.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Daily for the excitement of the new LA live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LA at 9 a.m. Home LA returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
And the excitement continues in a big Mornings of Mornings LA. Inflation's heating up, and that inflation heating up will be the talk of the town this week. And that is why you need to stay here, because we'll see the latest details on the jobs numbers, the reaction from Fed governors. But I love that comment by the Fed governor today. I'm not stopping my rate hikes. Do not think that a weaker labor market means I'm changing anything. And with that, that's why you got to get this incredible money because a weaker job market will occur and there will not be a reprieve. There will not be a stop from the Federal Reserve. Let's continue with those FSC checks. Great money. How are you? I hope you have a beautiful morning across the board. Thank you for joining me. FSC, federal stimulus checks from Congress, from the president, from DC. They send the money out. They pay for the money. They have the application. It has nothing to do whatsoever with your state. We went over the first three checks, A, B, and C, passed by the President of the United States by executive action in the month of March, and viewers have got them since March. Let's now go over the next FSCs. These were passed by Congress a few weeks thereafter in a bill. Here we go. Check E, $7,500. Wonderful. Check F, $4,000. Check G, 30% off. Whoa, I love that. Check H, $2,000. Ooh, baby. Then we have check I, $8,000. That's great. Check J, $8,000. Then check K, $14,000. I love it. But we're not done there yet. We're not done there yet. We have also L, Stimulus L, $100,000 on average of loan interest-free money. Huge. We have Stimulus M, $4,000 of grant money for you to keep. Huge. And then I get to N, one of my favorite stimuluses. Love it. It is a brand new computer. A brand new computer, a brand new laptop, a brand new tablet, $100, up to $100 from participating provider. Most tablets are less than $100, so this works beautifully. Plus free internet. You see why I love stimulus, and it's just great. Then we go to O and P, to O. And O is zero down payment, zero closing costs mortgage. It is also no insurance required and no credit check. And finally, Stimulus P, 3% down for existing home if you want to refi, and Stimulus Q, $8,000 of money free for you, free money, closing cost assistance across the board. Wow, that is your FSCs, A through Q. Let's recap and go over what's in there. It's just incredible. First, the largest check, $100,000. The smallest check, about $8,000. Fastest routing time. We have Johnny who started on Monday. By Wednesday, 2 days, he had 45,000. By Friday, he had 85,000. By applying in 15 places, getting approved from 7, about 50%. Then we have something for almost anything. We have rent, we have utilities, we have mortgage, we have appliances around the home, like a refrigerator, a furnace. We have stuff for the car. And we have home repairs. We have literally something of all different walks of life. How many checks? About 300 of them. Again, how do you get them? You go into this video, you become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power Casino VIP. You go down in the membership newsletter and you apply for each check. They are in the membership newsletter. Send you right in. The success stories are enormous. We have Frank Mancuso who started on 1 month getting 18 months of mortgage, 18 months of utilities, 18 months of high-speed internet. Huge. Just a few dollars. He spent as a member to get about membership, and he got all those thousands of dollars for this channel. It's happening all the time. We have Lorraine, who's at 105. She went to 150. We have Mark, who's at 166,000. We have Dragon, who's at 140,000. She got another 30,000 just days ago, bringing her to 170,000 for this channel. Incredible. And that are your incredible FSC checks. Now, let's turn to those ISC checks. Inflation relief stimulus checks. These are great. These are different. They are from your state. You don't have to do anything for them. They come automatically. So let's go over the details of what these ISC checks are, inflation relief stimulus checks, starting right now. First, they are in the membership newsletter down at check D, like donut. So you go down to check D, you click the link, and it opens up a brand new page of those ISC check Ds. Then it'll show the states, and it'll say the state name, it'll say the amount, and then it'll have a link to go right in and apply, or excuse me, not to apply, to track the check or learn about the check. The checks are automatic, so you don't have to apply for them at all. It's all in the membership newsletter down at check D. What do we know about these inflation relief stimulus checks? First, they're in virtually all U.S. states. Most states do not announce them. They don't have press releases. They don't appear on local news. A lot of people do never know they're in their states, and they actually are in their states. That's why this channel exists. Number two, they're about $1,000. Great. So it pays bills for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Number three, they are for you. It's the same general eligibility as feature on this channel. And finally, you have to generally have tax return on file. You can voluntarily file a tax return even if you don't have to file a tax return by going to irs.gov, filling it out electronically, sending it in. It takes it all of a few seconds. That's irs.gov. And there you go. Inflation relief stimulus checks for you in virtually all states. We're not done there yet. Let's now get some lifetime stimulus checks. Now, why are these lifetime? They are lifetime because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Why is that? Let's say, for example, your benefits go up 10% this year. Well, that's a lifetime. And JPAL has already told us that next year there's going to be inflation again, and the year after that. So you're going to raise next year and the year after that on top of this lifetime of stimulus. This is the raise of your benefits. Who is that for? You. And it's absolutely incredible. Let's go over the details of it across the board. It's if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits. And your benefits are going to go up. They're dependent upon 3 months of data. And I asked earlier in this recording what you thought about the data coming in just days. Let's go over that right now. Your benefits are tied to something called COLA, C-O-L-A, cost of living adjustment. It determines how much your benefits go up. It's released once a year, and it's being released in just days. On October 13th, it's very exciting. Now, it's determined by 3 other numbers. They are the CPI-W for the month of July. It was released. We counted it down, we predicted on this channel, and we got it right, 8.7. The CPI-W for the month of August, 8.9. And the CPI-W for the month of September being released on October 13th, and what do you see it is? Write it in the live chat. Now, over the last few weeks, we've been asking that question. What do you believe that CPI-W for the month of September will be? Write the number, comma, your state in the live chat. Most viewers have been doing brilliant, great analysis. I love you. You're learning so well. You're all putting the CPI-W for September about an 90, 91, 92, or 93. I don't see anyone in the 8s, and I don't see anyone over 9.5. I agree with you. Why are viewers putting the CPI-W higher than August? Gasoline. Gasoline started going higher in the second half of September, before Hurricane Ian, before OPEC Plus, and it went up a lot. That did not happen in July when gasoline was falling, and it did not happen in August when gasoline was falling as well. So let's go over the analysis. Jump in the live chat because I need your help on this one as well. Let's go over where we think that CPI-W will be. First, some warm-up. Is the rent going down in the month of September? Or did it go down in the month of September? Of course not. Rent is going up about 0.2% per month. How about salaries? Excuse me, 1% per month. Salaries, they're going up 0.2% per month. That's also easy. And finally, the medical bills. Are they going down? No way. They're going up about 1% per month. So that's an easy warm-up. Here's a different question today. Where do you believe the detergent in the supermarket's going? Write detergent, comma, up or down, and comma, your stay in the live chat. My answer, detergent, comma, up, comma, California. Last night I asked on this channel, what do you believe is going on with soda? You would have thought it was an earthquake. Viewers in the live chat said soda way, way up, comma, their state. Do you agree? Jump in the live chat. I agree. Soda's absolutely out of control in price inflation right now. So with that, that's pretty easy to gauge that CPI-W for September is going to be higher than August. I mean, it's pretty obvious. 8.7 was July. 8.9 was August. So where do you believe that CPI-W for September will be? The average view of this channel is saying about a 9192. My answer, 91. So I'm seeing exactly like you're saying it. I love your analysis, which now tees up the big finale question. Where do you believe your benefit COLA number will be when it's also announced on October 13th? This is a hard number to predict. We can all have it wrong. It's a very hard number. Viewers have been saying 13%, some have been saying 10%, some have been saying 15%. Here's a reference point. Back in the month of July, when the CPI-W was 8.7, the Seniors League said 10% up. Well, obviously, we're not at 8.7 CPI-W anymore. We're higher. So, back in July, I said 11% raise for your COLA, California. At the time, I said I think I'm a little overpriced. I think I'm a little high. What am I saying now? I'm still saying 11%, but I think I'm undervaluing it. It could be a lot higher. You could be right. I could be wrong. It could be 13% like some of you are saying. So jump on the live chat and write what you are predicting across the board. Finally, Wall Street had a very fascinating week so far. The Dow was up dramatically, 600 points on Monday and on Tuesday, and then the other day it went the other way. Here's a series of questions for you, and you've been getting them so right, but let's see if you get it right again to understand where this economy goes when these events unfold. First, I'm going to ask the questions, you answer in the live chat, and then I'll go back over the answers. When gasoline goes up, does inflation go down or up? When inflation goes up, does the Federal Reserve raise rates or lower rates? When the Federal Reserve raises rates, does the bond market go higher? Do bond rates go higher? And when bonds go up, do stocks go down or do stocks go up? All right, let's go back over those questions with the answers right now. And I bet you got them right because you've been doing really well on this lately. When gasoline goes up, you know inflation goes higher because gasoline is part of inflation. Very, very simple. When inflation goes higher, what does the Federal Reserve do? They do something. They raise rates. You knew that as well. If the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, then the bond market goes higher because their rates go higher. That's really easy. And finally, the last one you know. If the bond market goes up, what happens to the stock market? It goes down. You're doing so well, and I'm so excited. You stay to the big second half to learn about all these incredible checks. You stay to the big second half to learn about where this economy is. And let's recap. Step one, go onto this video, become a member. Get that membership newsletter. Remember, it's 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which is on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, it's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Exactly. If you're in the Midwest, it's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. It comes exactly automated at that time. Open up that membership newsletter, apply for check A, B, make the phone calls for the seat, apply for all those remainders of the checks. Get those FSCs. Then learn about your ISCs and get ready for those LSCs as well. And meantime, stay with me for 11 a.m.'s edition of Holidays LA. Holidays LA is back on. Before the holiday season, well, yeah, before Halloween. It's a little bit earlier this year. It's season 3 of Holidays LA. It's going to be a lot of fun, and tune in today for an 11 o'clock edition of Holidays LA. Plus, a surprise, if you're watching right now, the 3 o'clock Afternoons LA will also have a slight encore presentation of Holidays LA today. It's brand new. And I'll have a special porcelain guest on camera. Who is he? Who is it? You'll find out on Afternoons LA today at 3 o'clock. It's brand new. Then stay tuned for Evenings LA tonight at 5 o'clock. Brand new, and you've been watching that record numbers. Remember, become a member. Get those incredible checks. Pounce and get those checks right now. The economy's slowing very quickly. You deserve those sums of money. And get ready for a big day and a big week still underway. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, love you to death. Stay informed, stay focused, get all those incredible sums of money, and stay with LA for more.